Hi guys, Andy here. Now, regular viewers will perhaps notice that one of my favourite subjects, topics, accessories is kind of Bluetooth earphones. So I've been using Bluetooth earphones for maybe 4 or 5 years now. So the loss of the headphone jack isn't particularly something that worries me, but there may be quite a few out there thinking, right, okay, well, we need to accept this loss of headphone jack and we need to look at what the options are. Now, a little while back, I guess it would have been last November perhaps, because I think I bought them in the Black Friday sales, I reviewed some Jabra Elite Sport headphones, and I really like them actually. They're fantastic. I think I paid $130, their retail is $200, but I got them in the sales, as I mentioned, and I use them all the time at the gym, and really like them. So I actually contacted Jabra a week or two back saying, I just wondered if you have any other headphones that you might want me to take a look at, and this sent me these Elite 45Es. These are, I think they're $89.99 on Amazon or something along those lines. And one of the interesting things I thought, one of the points they're trying to press home, I suppose, is the we can see it there, advanced 2 microphone technology, giving a much better, clearer call quality, which is not something you often hear about headphones, to be honest. To be honest, I've done some reviews where I've not even really mentioned it much, because it's more about just the sound quality that you get and sort of the functionality of them. I'm quite interested by the whole flexible memory wire neck band. I'd be interested to see how that works. On the side, we can see what we're going to see inside the box. Also, there's some different sizes of earpieces with the wing, and then there's ones without. And again, we get a bit of information on the back. Voice assistant enabled, which is interesting. Operating system dependent, obviously. And they talk about how up to 8 hours battery life is very good, but they talk about how you can customize your music in the app as well. So, superior sound for 145 years. I wouldn't have known that Jabra were that old, to be honest. So, there we go. So it's like a sleeve and then the inside box, and then, look. And there they are. So, first impressions of the sort of the packaging. I like it. It's very nice, very neat. It's just a stuck-on tab to help you pull it out. I don't know. Maybe Apple are the ones that kind of, and there they are. That sort of maybe have pushed it forward. The unboxing is a bit of an experience that you want it to be a good experience. Basically, you don't want to be opening a box and they're just laying there in the box and right. Okay, so there's another tag for me to. Okay, so we've got a separate compartment, and underneath there, let's see. Can we grab that? Oh, no, not without ripping it. There we go. Yes, we can. So a little box that I've slightly ripped. Get started. So the different earpieces are sealed. I like that as well. That's quite nice. And here, don't underestimate the importance of getting the right size for your ear. A lot of sound isolation is dependent on you having the right size piece that fits in your ear. If it's too small, it's just not going to work as well. So it's micro USB for charging, which is fine. It is interesting now. I don't actually know how new these headphones are, but a lot of things are sticking with micro USB, not USB Type C. And then we have warning and declarations. Right, I'm not too worried about that. So this is the quick start guide. So I'll probably have a flick through that now. I'll tell you what. Let's not stop just there. Let's pull the actual earphones out. So, I like that. Hang on, are they? So they're magnetic, not strong, but they are magnetic. So I do like the idea of that. So on your neck, let's just try it even very quickly. Have I got them the right way around? I don't know. But then, there you go. So they're not. There you go. You have to get it roughly in the right place before they But yeah, I do like that. I don't know if they're going to be the right way. Yeah, they probably are actually. Goes in quite easily. Now you guys are going to see better than me how they look as a fit, but that feels really comfortable. I think I've got them in right. That does feel very comfortable. And then again, if you drop them down, they snap together quite nicely. So I will have a quick look through the instructions and come back to sort of get them paired up to my phone. Okay, so I've had a look through it. All looks simple enough. Just wanted to confirm actually the two different parts that we showed that are sealed in the little packets. One is a wing and one is the earbud. You need sort of choose one of each, I suppose, basically. It shows you there the correct way to install them. Right, so to have a look at the actual earphones now, I've seen what the different things are. We have a multifunctional button there, which we're going to use to pair it up in a second. We've got volume up and volume down. There's nothing on the other stalk. Actually, where did I miss the... There we go, there's the charging input. You see that? And then on this bit here, look, I guess those are the mics in there. And there's a sort of a mute button just there. So we're going to hopefully, I'm going to hold it down for 3 seconds. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. I'm keeping on just in case. So it's pulsating blue. I'm going to select pair new device. There they are already. You see those? Jabra Elite 45Es. Can't communicate, which, okay, interesting. Now, this could be an issue. There we go. I was going to say it could be an issue that I'm on the beta version of Android, but looks like we're okay now. Fine. 80% battery, which is fine. Straight out of the box. Right. So, I think really at this point, it's just for me to test them for a few days, a week. I'll try and include some sort of, well, I'll test them and I'll come back to you basically, which via the magic of editing will be any second now. And here I am. I think it's about 3 days since I did the unboxing, which in some ways you might think is not long, but actually I've used them a lot. I do use headphones a lot because we've had some complaints from neighbours if we have the TVs on and stuff like that, so pretty much anything I do, be it gaming or watching the TV, I use headphones. So even though it's only been a few days, I've been listening to music on my phone, I've been watching YouTube videos on the computer, I've been gaming on the computer, I've been watching TV with them, and I've been to the gym with them. So I feel like I've covered pretty much everything I would want to do. I've been through a full battery cycle, and honestly I've actually really enjoyed using them. So let's go straight into the design. Now, as you might have, I think I said in the previous video, I did actually really enjoy the unboxing experience. It's nicely sort of packaged and laid out. So that's a plus. I mean, I know it's only one thing. You know, you do it once and then you maybe even throw the box away. But it's still nice when they put a bit of effort into presenting the product well. So that was good. I don't know if I mentioned already or not, but they're actually really light and comfortable. So I'm going to put them on very quickly. And there we go. They're already in. They're already connected. Because the magnets that hold them together also turn them on and off. So by pulling them apart, straight away it connects to my phone. Which I actually really like, rather than having to find the button, hold it down for an amount of time and then waiting for it to connect. By the time you put them in, it was already just, I think it was saying connected, just as I put them in my ear. They feel quite light. All the weight is in this bit here. So I did have some Sonys where the weight was in the bit that went around the back of your neck. That, not that it caused problems, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. For example, at the gym, if you do anything where you lean back, quite often they would just fall off down my back. But because the weights, I mean, they're not down your front, but it's not at the back. Do you see that? So it's enough at the front of you that they just sit there fine. Even when I was doing sit-ups and things at the gym this morning, they were fine. They didn't fall. I think they moved. When I stood up, they were kind of like that, but that's fine. And they're actually really comfortable. So I've spent probably, well, about 8 hours with them in my ears, and most of it yesterday, I think. Probably a good 5 or 6 hours of them in my ears yesterday. I had a slight ache, a really slight ache. almost I shouldn't mention it because it wasn't really anything that bothered me. I just kind of noticed there was a couple of times I kind of went like that and just put them back in, but they do come out and go back in so quick and easy. So I'm going to take them back off again because I sound a bit funny in my own head when I've got them in, and then we connect them back together, and that turns them off. We probably missed the light going out there. Anyway, the one thing to mention, there isn't actually a lot of sound isolation, so when you've got them in, you can still hear quite a lot of what's going on around you. That could be a good thing. Joggers and people like that out on the street, maybe you prefer that. You want to hear if there's a car coming, but it's worth noting. The volume buttons, wrong one, on this one, they're a little clicky. Don't know if you can hear that. And if you hold them down, then you do the skips. Hold down for kind of 3 seconds, it skips forward. Use the minus, it skips backwards. It's worth noting they're always they always seem to, because it's memory wire, I guess, you can't really get that bit straight. They're always going to kind of fold around like that, and that's fine. So I like the magnets. I love the connecting and the turning off. I love that. But when I went to the gym and I was dropping them into my bag, they very easily... I'm going to do it now. That doesn't take a lot of force to pull them apart. And you see, obviously, each time I pull them apart, it turns them on. So that's going to connect to your phone when you're not expecting it to. So I do wonder if maybe they should have like a little travel clip that goes on them to hold them together, or maybe a travel bag. One of my first thoughts was, there's no travel bag that comes with them. You'd maybe like something to kind of hold them in. If there's a little bag around it, when you drop it into your bag, it's much less likely that someone's going to catch one of these and knock them out of place. So just a little bit of feedback for Jabra, perhaps. It might be something they can do in a future version. But generally, I really like the design. It feels good. It feels light. You don't really notice them very much. So good top marks for design. Let's then have a look at, I forget exactly what it's called, Sound. There it is. Sound Plus. This is the Jabra app. So the app itself, I would say, is generally quite simple. We've got an equalizer that we can play around with as much as we like. We've got some presets. Look, so you can play with that. We've also got some white noise. Not that you're going to hear. That will play a babbling brook. If we tap there, we get the list of the different sounds that we can have, which, yeah, why not? Quite nice, I suppose. I don't really guess it's just the equalizer again. I don't really know what this bit's for, if I'm very honest. So some settings in there for calls, and then this again looks to just be for the sort of, yeah, so you can put the equalizer in or out in the different. So yeah, then the device, check for updates. I think, yeah, we're all up to date. It was quite slow in doing the firmware update. That was one of the first things it said when I connected the app. It said, you need to update the firmware on your headphones. Fine, let's do it. I don't know how big the update was, but it took a good, I don't know, I'm going to say 5 or 6 minutes, which I suppose isn't that long, but at the same time when you're sat waiting to use them, and I can't imagine it's that big of a download. Likewise, when I said, there's one point, where is it on here? Voice guidance language. So I'd said English. Oh, see? I probably didn't need to, but so do this, update now, hit update now, and again it took 5 or 6 minutes to download the voice file and apply it, which is weird because I've done that and it's still saying I should do that. I've not registered them yet, not rated them. User manual should you need it, which I don't think it's that complicated. There's an FAQ, don't worry about that, and there is also voice assistant, which I won't lie, I didn't use much. It's the button just there, look. But if we press it now, cancel. So, yeah, quite handy for some people, I think. So the software, the app, yeah, it's okay. It's not really anything too huge, to be honest. So one of the reasons, or one thing I was quite interested by, was their focus on call quality. I think it's their Amazon listing. It's sort of one of the top thing was to do with like crystal clear call quality. I've made a couple of phone calls. I didn't mention that. That was another thing I've done. I made a couple of phone calls with it, and the person or the people on the other end said, "Yeah, sound really good." Interesting to the point that I was sat next to my aircon going, "I'm going to turn it on, but I don't know how it's going to get picked up on this microphone." My aircon's quite noisy. I don't know if you can hear that. It is quite noisy, and I was sat here with those earphones and talking, and I said to the person, "Can you hear my aircon?" "No." "Let me just turn it off." "No." "Turn it back on." "No, not really." "Oh, a little bit, maybe." So that was quite impressive. I thought that it could do that. Now I've recorded some sound samples. I don't know how accurate they are because I've just literally used an app to record the microphone through the headphones. And the first one will be from just the phone. The second one is through the headphones with the aircon on, and the third one is through the headphones without the aircon. So here they are. So this is a sample recording on my phone, about 6 inches away from my mouth, but about 1.5 feet away from my air conditioner. Now I've swapped over to the microphone on the Jabra 45E headphones. I'm sat in exactly the same place. I've not moved. I'm just by, I'm 1.5 feet from the air conditioner. And I think you'll agree, it sounds a lot better, a lot clearer. And now a sample recording, the air conditioner is turned off, just to see what difference it makes when it's not fighting the noise cancellation of all that air. So I thought it was quite interesting. The middle one where the aircon's going through the headphones, you couldn't really hear the aircon, but actually the call quality was degraded quite a lot because it was trying to sift out that ambient noise, which personally I think is forgivable. That is pretty, like I say, it's when you're sat, it's really quite loud. So to be able to cut most of that out, if not all of it out of the recording, I think it's really quite impressive. Yes, there's not as much of the actual voice left in, but it's still quite impressive. And then the quality of it when there's no other sort of, there's no other noise like that going on is, I think, yeah, it's really good, really good. So I can see why they might sort of tout that as a feature, because it is actually, you get really good clear, and the person on the other end, as far as I'm concerned, sounded great. So no issues there. There isn't any actual noise cancellation though, so when you're listening to things, so when I was playing games or such, I could hear my aircon unless things got really loud. So if I was listening to music, it was loud enough that I couldn't hear it. And on that point, to me, it sounded really good. I thought the bass is really quite strong. I do like bass in my music and things, and the bass was really very strong, and generally it's a really rounded sound for what's actually quite a small little earpiece. Really impressed by how it sounded. As for the battery life, I was trying to mark down like the minutes started and stopped. So for me, to the minute, it lasted 8 hours and 10 minutes. So that's pretty good, really. They claim 8 hours, you get 8 hours. That's pretty good. And as for use, I did mention I used it for playing games. There was no noticeable audio delay, which is interesting for a £90 headphone. I've used Bose at £300, and there's an audio delay when you fire a gun, bang, bang, a little bit weird. But there wasn't really any notable delay in these. So I'm not suggesting you would use these for gaming particularly, but it's still good to know there's no audio delay. So in conclusion, I think they're really comfortable to wear. I think they sound great. The voice calls are fantastic. I think there's some great Bluetooth headphones for £90. If you're okay with the cable. Now, in the gym, I do use the truly wireless, the Jabras that go straight in my ear. If you don't mind the cable, I think they're really good. So for me, the one thing they should perhaps change is some kind of a carry case. I think you do that, and actually, fantastic set of headphones. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. But for now, my name's Andy, and I'll catch you all again soon. Well done, and thank you for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you might want to click the little fellow that should hopefully appear about here to subscribe. You may also want to check out some of my other videos, which are going to appear somewhere there. Also come and have a look at my website, androidandy.uk. It's written by me, the website, I built it myself, so hopefully it'll work so at the point you go and visit. There is also a forum. Come and say hello on the forum if you've got any questions about things, or request me to review things, or anything else. Just come and have a chat on the forum.